What's up, tubers? Tio here, Simplistic Fishing, coming back at you again tonight to continue our lake breakdown series for Pickwick Lake. This will be our third video, I believe, on the Alabama side. So we've already covered the we've already covered the Tennessee side, the Mississippi side, and part of the northern side of the Alabama shoreline for Pickwick Lake. Now we're going to switch back around that we've gotten to the dam. We're going to switch back around and go back, basically, I guess I would say downriver, but it's really more going back towards the south, towards the west, southwest of the lake. That's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to roll with. That's what we're doing tonight. Some interesting stuff out there. Let's go check it out. Let's jump back in here to Pickwick Lake. Here I am out on Google Earth, and if you missed the previous videos, I've already came out here and done lake breakdowns for the Tennessee area, so all up here in the Tennessee area. Also the Mississippi side, so anything that touches the Mississippi border, we covered that. It comes all the way down here to about this point right here. And so what we're going to do on the rest of these videos is basically, we've already covered this whole side as well. On the Alabama side. Now we're back on the southwestern side of the Alabama shoreline. So that's where we're going to start today. We actually ended back in here last time. All kinds of good stuff back in here, obviously, but this is right by the dam. And in fact, when we showed the image last time, I believe the water was flowing. Yeah. So I'm not sure how close you can get up there to that. I've never fished these river systems like that, but obviously lots of rock and debris and stuff up there if you can get up there and fish around that. So before we do that, let's go ahead and go over here to the left side, and let's just talk about how we have this lake broke down. If this is your first time seeing one of these breakdowns, obviously just go back out to the lake breakdown playlist, look up Pickwick Lake, and you can find all the different videos that we did, so you can find your section of the lake. But over here on the left hand side, basically we have it broke down into a couple different things. So first off, you've got channels and ditches. So these are going to be actually left structure on there. You can see all these little green lines. These green lines are basically channels, and if we could see the channel from the satellite view, we went ahead and marked it for you. So you can see here we've got the creek channels marked for you in these images. And so that's what all those green things are that are coming in there. Now, are there some creeks that we missed? Possibly. We also have to be aware that there's a 50 track limit on the graphs when we do some of these. So sometimes we just don't pick. If it's super obvious and there wasn't a creek channel there, we might not pick it even though there is a creek there. So anyways, lots of crazy stuff, but let's keep moving. We also got cover, so we've got all kinds of laydowns on this lake. It's craziness. In fact, last time we got back in here into this area, I mean, this is just nuts. It's just laydowns and brush and all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure that some of this stuff, especially if the waters came up above some of these shelves, then I'm sure it's probably totally changed as well. We're going to have to keep doing updates for these areas, or maybe we just leave that out because it's just so much. You just know that if you go to this area, you're going to find a lot of laydowns and a lot of brush. But anyways, we've got it all marked for you. Anything we saw that looked big enough to where we should fish around it, we marked it for you guys. So you'll see it there. We've also got fish attractors, but there weren't any fish attractors on the Alabama side. They were all up here in Tennessee. So if you're fishing the Tennessee side, you probably don't want to watch this video anyways, because we're talking way down here, and we've already covered those areas up there for you. But we also have offshore hotspots. Now, we're not going to talk about the offshore stuff in this video, but on the next video, or might be the next video if we can get this done, then we're going to actually pull up the Navionics boating app, and we're going to look at all these offshore hotspots, and we're going to tell you guys why we think these are good spots to go out and look offshore. But on Google Earth, they really make no sense. You could just, looks like I put dots out in the middle of nowhere. So we'll go over those. And then we've also got boat ramps. So we've marked all of the boat ramps for you guys. You know, that could actually be a pretty good pattern to run. So don't discount the boat ramp pattern. Sometimes it can be money. And then rock, there's lots of different just rock outings, little rock that we saw with the satellite again, you know, anything like that, we went ahead and we marked that as well. And then last but not least, this is structure. A lot of these are those tie-ups or foundations or something like that, some kind of man-made structure, not structure from an offshore standpoint. All right, so that is everything. Let's go ahead and click everything, but we're gonna take off the ramps, or not the ramps. We're going to take off the offshore stuff, and then I'm going to come up here to the view, and I'm going to take the sidebar off so we can see a little bit better. Then we're going to come down here by the dam, and we're going to leave the image right where it's at pretty much. You know, we can draw it back a little bit more, but it's probably not going to do us much good. Let's see if we can. Yeah, this is about as good as it's going to get. It doesn't fluctuate enough for us to see it, but there's stuff in here that we can see. So anyways, we talked about all this up in here. Again, you know, there was a comment from 256 Bass Guy, I think he put out there and gave us some information on this lake. Definitely go check out those comments. But if you can, man, let me know. Can you fish up here? Are you allowed to fish up here? I'm curious. If you can, there's lots of good rock and stuff like that you can fish around. I think you can. Maybe there's certain areas like buoys where you can't. I mean, there's boats all over the place. But I don't know how close they can get up here, but definitely getting up there in the current, I'm sure it could be pretty fun to fish up here, you know, like where that boat is. I just don't know where you're restricted to, or if they just let you get as far up as you want. I don't think you can get up in here, surely. But I guess if you want to, you could. All right, so I'm going to keep moving back. So we talked about that, and what we're going to do is we're just going to keep coming down this channel and see what else we can find. Now on this side, it doesn't look as dangerous. You got some pretty good rock over here. In fact, you even got a boat over there fishing. You've got more like riprap and rock all along this side, so this would be a good little cranking area, you know, to go. And plus, you're probably going to have current a lot of the times, especially if they're releasing water. It might even be hard to fish there. But if you can find any types of breaks, like where they're like right in here, there's something going on right in here, because you can see where the water is breaking away. Fishing anywhere around those types of things, those can be really good as well. Then we get up here, we've got laydowns, more rock up in here as well. There are a lot of boats in that area, so clearly that is a good area to go fish around. You've got a ramp down in here as well, some more rock around that boat ramp. Coming in here, just some rock around these little points. They're kind of hidden in here, but I mean, if you could fish around these points, I guarantee you're going to catch some fish around these rocky points. There's some there. There's some hidden under the bridge there as well. And then over here, just the structure of the bridge, you've got a couple pillars and things like that that look very interesting to go look at. You might even have something else there that caught our attention. So I'm going to keep moving down. Now there is a nice little ditch here. You can see the little creek comes in through here. It just kind of comes out, but sometimes those areas can be really muddy areas where those creeks come out and really, you know, just open up. And there's also an interesting little, you know, point kind of going on in that area too. So definitely might be worth checking out. Coming down in here, you've got more rock over in here. You can see it. You got more in here. No idea what that thing is. That looks interesting, but all kinds of nice rock around those 2 points. You know, fishing on the outside of that. And then also over here, it looks like you definitely have some stuff going on right in that area as well. So we're going to keep moving down, see what else we have. And then I'm going to zoom out once we get here. But right here, we got some laydown. I don't know why we marked all these structures, but these structures are basically just the pillars, fishing around those pillars. You can see the current break from those pillars. So obviously it's just going to be a really good place to fish, and you can also see all the stinking boats around those as well. So those are clearly going to be good. And you've got these little tie down things up here too. I don't even know what they are, those huge circle things. More over here as well. So we kind of marked that for you guys. And again, you know, I don't know if we needed to do that. Typically we don't do that anymore, but apparently when we were breaking down Pickwick, we actually marked all the pillars. So interesting, but definitely some good stuff to fish around. All right, so let's keep moving down this west side. There's the bridge. I guess if you guys wonder where I was, that probably gave it away right there. But we were right here off the main bridge, and now we're just working our way back down, all the way down the bank line here. So just show you guys what else we found here. We got some more rock in there. More rock right in here too. I kind of like this little point that comes out. You know, you've got a little current break coming from here. They could just set right here and just ambush stuff right in there. Pretty good little spot. Some more rock, some more ramps. Again, more rock. And then I don't know what the heck this thing is. It's this big, maybe it protects this area or something like that. You know, I'm not a big river fisher, but obviously, see, you guys that are watching this are like, this guy's must have never fished here. No, I've never fished the Tennessee River. But if you come out here, you can see you've got some really good rock that's up in here. Again, there's a boat on it. I can imagine why there's a boat there. But that little levee or whatever that is that's over here, fishing around that, you know, just cranking around it and stuff like that could be pretty productive where you can see all the rock that's right there in that area. Over here, I don't know if this looks like possibly an old pond. And then you kind of got a pond dam with rock here too. So just a lot of different rock right there in that area. But you could run that thing forever. Look how far it goes. Just different piles. Comes all the way down this whole stretch. It also looks like it could be a good lower unit killer as well if you didn't know what you were doing. So there's some more rocks, more rock. Got some laydowns in here as well, and just some additional rock on that side. I think we covered that when we came up. This is the section where it gets a little bit crazy, but we already covered all this up here, so we'll just stay down here on this little arm here, which might be the main one. I can't tell because I've came off of it, but I guess it's the right side. So as we come down on this right side again, just showing you the rock, showing you the laydowns. Some more rock right up in here on this little area. Nice little barge there. Again, some more laydowns. This area really is just like that other area. It's just loaded with laydowns. But you got some backwaters back in here too. Maybe you could get into. I don't know if you could get into some of that stuff. Do a little frogging back there or something. See if there's anything there. I'd probably stick more towards that main channel, but there's definitely lots of opportunities here. Look at this. We got brush here. These people are up on this island. I guess they're just chilling and hanging out on the island, but you got some brush piles around the island. Some crazy things going on there. And also the front sides of these. So, you know, the current's coming this way, right? So most people will fish. Let's see, I'm going to get this backwards. Most people are going to fish the back side of it, right? So back here, because I think they're hiding out back here, waiting for the fish to come this way. When really, there are more of them up here, and they're finding something to hide behind and ambush it right here. And then that, you know, that current breaks just right past them. So it protects them on this backside. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is don't always fish the backside, fish the front side. In fact, fish more the front side than the backside, and you'll be surprised. Now, as we come down here, we've also got this little creek. Comes down here, you can check that out. Some more laydowns. Look at all the laydowns, just crap loads of laydowns and just little patches of rock. So we won't cover all of those. It'll take us forever to do that. But we get back in here. I don't know what this is. This is some kind of materials company, some kind of quarry. But obviously if you find quarry, you've got rock. So if they'll let you fish up around this stuff, you've got some pretty good rock and some man-made structure and stuff like that. You got laydowns back here. Another little nice channel that comes back in here that you could go fish as well. And obviously you want to fish around those points that go to those little creeks too. Moving on up, we've got more rocks, more laydown, a lot more of those tie downs here for those barges. Or at least that's what I'm gonna call them. I don't know what you call them. And then up here, you got the same thing. So, I mean, just flipping all these little pillars and posts could be interesting as well. We're gonna keep moving up. We're at kind of past that major bend now. Now we're up here. And nothing too spectacular, you know, just marking you guys some different stuff. There's some more rock in here. I think we're gonna have to change our image because we kind of lose it right in there. But let's see what we can get. We've got another little channel that comes through here. Now you can see this one, we may have been able to mark it for you. Like right in here is a nice little creek channel swing. Right there. You've got another one right in here too. If you can get back in here, I'm pretty sure you can. This is 23. Let's see if we can move this image back and get something better. This is 21, the water's down pretty far here. But you can see there's that creek channel swing. There's another one right in here too. So that could be a pretty decent little place to get out of the main, if you needed to get out of the main river. There's also some docks down here. And fishing around into these docks are gonna be good too. And the image just went to junk on us for sure. Let's see if we can draw this back. 2020, let's see if we can get a better image here. Some more laydowns out there. Of course, that is not, yeah, you can actually see it. You'll see the laydown there, and there's also a decent little creek that comes through here. So find these little creeks and see how close you can get to them. And if you can't get back up in them, at least fish the openings of them, like right in here, pretty much right where that laydown is. And then also, you know, anything, any type of ditch or any type of place where it gets a lot deeper, you know, fish that little spot where it gets a lot deeper. Sometimes it's not very wide, but those are usually the spots they're going to hang out in. Here's a good spot too, you know, say there's more rock up here, fish up here, you know, the current's coming this way, right? So fish up here on the front side of this thing, as well as the back side. You know, you're going to catch fish on the back side too, but the front side's going to be good. You got rock here, you got more structure. Those tie down things, lay downs. This looks like a pretty decent little rocky area. You could do a little cranking around. Not very big, but a little spot maybe they might hang out at. Up here, you've got some brush that's on the back side of this, some laydowns as well. And then moving on up, just more rock. Another little channel that's up here too. You can see some more laydowns, more rock again. Like coming right in here, you got a nice little creek again. You know, fishing these areas where these creeks come out, those areas, you know, they got a lot of oxygen, they got a lot of flow to them, stuff like that. They can be good little areas to fish. This has got a nice little rock right in that little spot too. Moving up, more laydowns there, and then of course on the bridge, you want to fish the bridge for sure. You know, fish the pillars and things like that. That's probably going to be your hottest spot in the rivers, fishing around those bridges. You've also got rock right in here off this point, another ramp here. Some more rock just right there around the boat ramp. So when the water comes up, that's probably a pretty decent little cranking area. And then you got a nice little channel that comes back here as well that you could check out. So let's pull this back, show you where I'm at. You probably knew where I was at just based on that bridge. But it looks like we are going to be able to finish because we just got to come up here and down here and we're done. So let's keep trucking. So we're going to come on up here. There's some rock back here. There's some docks up here too. Fish these docks for sure. Right in here, all those docks, and anywhere you see those little breaks where you get those little points, you know, fishing those points can be really, really good. Here's some really good rocky points too, right in here. You got another nice little creek or something. That one doesn't look very big, but still can be productive, especially the way that it sets up in that little pocket. You got some more rock in here too. I'm gonna back out so you can see where I'm at. Coming up here, just saw a little rock there. I won't zoom into most of the stuff, so it'll take us forever, but we've got some pretty good sized laydowns that are in here, more laydowns up in this area, and then some rock that's back in here too. I kind of like this little pocket that's back in here. Looks like there might even be something right there, a giant laydown right there. That one might always be out of the water, but that's a big old tree back there. Probably the best laydown we've seen on the whole map. I'll zoom into that and show you guys that. Right there. Let's see if it ever gets completely submerged. Fairly submerged there, so you know for sure there's fish there. So 256, go back there and catch a fish right out there off that tree. All right, let's go ahead and move this back up to 2020 or wherever it lets us. Now right here we got a little sandbar that comes out here too, or a little, I don't know, shoal, whatever you want to call it, little island, but you got some laydowns around it and things like that. Could be interesting to fish around that. And then out here, you just got these big piles of rock. Not sure what they are, but you could check those out. I don't know why we didn't mark them. Somehow we must have missed those, but those 3 giant rock piles, you can't miss them. By Hog Hollow. And then going back in Hog Hollow, you got some laydowns back here as well, but I like that right there for sure. Then we're gonna move up. We got some laydowns here. Moving on up here, we've got a nice little ditch that comes through here. We've got a laydown there and another laydown here. And then moving up a little bit further, let's see what else we got. We got some docks that are back in here. So now I've kind of made that bend, right? I'm pretty much getting ready to end this. We've already covered this side because this is Mississippi. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay here on the Bama side. We've already covered all this. We're just going to circle down here and we'll finish down here at the end of this cove. So right in here, we do have, looks like a marina or at least a big dock that you could fish around. That one's not out on the current or anything like that, so not sure how productive it would be, but you can go check it out. Moving down in here, you got some more laydowns, some more rock. You could even come out here and fish these, I don't even know what they are, but just little high areas in the river where it washes up at. You know, those could be good. You can come out of here and fishing off the island. I'm sure we're going to have some offshore stuff to talk to you guys about when we get out there. But let's keep going down the bank line because that's what this video is about. So I don't want to lose attention there. But got more laydowns here. Got a nice little creek channel that comes down here. This is the Dark Hollow. I like that, Dark Hollow. Check out those little bends that are right there in the back of this thing. Man, if the water could come up decently and make that fishable, that could be a cool little area to go fish. Pretty interesting back in there. That's something I would go check out. You got a ramp back here too. Some more rocks over here off of this point. They're back here. And then now we're gonna go down here, whatever, I don't know what this is called or I'd tell you where I'm at, but we're gonna finish right down here, right? Mississippi's over here. We're gonna stay on the Bama side and we're just gonna walk our way down this whole area. First off, the thing I like about this area the most is you see a lot of rock, yes, but you also see a lot of docks. And so definitely, you've got a lot of cover to fish around here, good area to fish around here, and you've also got a major river channel swing that's coming right through here as well. So just a lot of good things going on right here in this area that you'll want to go check out. You can see all the different stuff that's been marked there, the ramps, the rocks, the bridges. There's a bridge here as well. Just more riprap and laydowns and junk all along that whole side. So definitely some good stuff to look at there. Then we're going to move on down. We've got some more rock that's right in here, just some shallow riprap, another boat ramp that's back there. There's some rock around that boat ramp too. So those boat ramps can be sneaky good. And then moving down here, just some more laydowns, some more rock. I think we're off of our year. Probably have to go back to the year that we marked those laydowns, which would have been more current. Some more rock there. There's that laydown there now. And then moving down here, some more laydowns, more ramps, more laydowns. A little bit of structure down here. Let's see what this is. That looks like an old foundation or something. Those are fun to fish around, and the fish love to hang around that stuff. So, if I'm here, I'm probably hitting pretty much most of these docks. Now this looks like it could be fairly shallow. These docks have really long walkways, so this might be some pretty shallow stuff back in here. But I'd at least go check it out. Check out these ramps, check out that structure, fish around the docks, fish around, especially around all these little ramps here, because they're not even being used probably 4 or 5 times a year, so they're going to be juicy little ramps. Got some more structure that's out here too. Not sure what we found out here, but there's something out here that you could take a look at. That's an awfully big boat for as shallow as this looks. But you got a giant laydown there. That just looks very odd. And then you got more ramps back in here too as well. And then I think that is it. We have reached no, we have not. We have not reached the end. We got to keep going. That was just in that first little cut right there. So we still got to go down to here. So there's the cut. So let's go up here and see what else we can find here. I like this whole pocket. I really do. You got nice, good, lots of cover and lots of docks. So good rock in here, all along this little. Every once in a while, you get behind these docks, and they got little patches of rock. So if the river's up, this can be good little cranking areas. Plus, you've got lots of ramps down here. You can see them all. Look at that good cranking rock right there, man. Just get up there with the square bill and go nuts. More rock right here. More rock right in here as well. Just a lot of good stuff right there. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we're going to keep moving over here to the right. Got some more laydowns. One thing I do want to point out here is look at the difference in the watercolor between the left side and the right side on this. So this is going to be a little bit clear pocket for whatever reason. I have no idea why. Maybe there's hydrilla in here sometimes or something. I don't know. But there's something in here that's keeping this water cleaner than the rest of this. So it would make me want to come back in here. Airplane Hollow is what it's called. I would definitely want to come back in here and check these out. The water just looks a little bit cleaner than everywhere else. There's some laydowns to fish around. There looks like there's submerged trees back in here. There might even be a little creek channel back in here that you could check out. Anyways, I would go do it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I have no idea. Someday I will know. But I would go back in there and check that out. That watercolor changing like that just definitely sparks my interest. All right, so let's keep moving down here. We got more ramps, more laydowns. You can see where we marked all those laydowns. We get back in here, we got some more docks back in here. So if that dock thing's going on, you got plenty of docks to fish in this area. Lots of ramps and lots of that shallow rock that's behind those docks too. So you can see it all right in here. And I kind of like this, it's a little bit of a bend right here. It's right up against these. So, fish in here, and if this isn't productive, switch over and fish around this point, around those docks as well. And when you get back in here, you're kind of getting in to where the main river channel or creek channel comes in. You have a nice little channel that comes here. You can see it. Comes all the way from back here. Get underneath here. I'll show you guys what we saw here. Just more laydowns, rocks, ramps, crazy stuff. Look at the color of that water. That is a weird looking color. But anyways, that comes down here. Buzzard Roost Creek comes down, and it has a really nice creek channel that hugs the side right in here. So you could definitely check out all of that. Then that's about it. We get down in here. We're on Mississippi side. We think we've already talked about all this stuff, but you just got laydowns, rocks, all kinds of crazy stuff. This is getting pretty shallow back in here, getting a little bit dicey, but you definitely have some options to go back there and fish back in there. And sometimes it's fun to get way back up in those creeks and really see what you can find. So that covers us for Pickwick from the Google Earth side. I can't believe we finally got that lake done. I think it took us 5 or 6 different videos. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch over. We're gonna look at this Alabama side, but we're gonna look at it from an offshore standpoint. So we're gonna go out, look at the contours on it, look at the Navionics boating app, and see what we can find. So stick around, that'll be our next video. Make sure to go out, check out our website, simplisticfishing.com. We've got all these waypoints, plus the offshore stuff. We've got it all there for you so we can put it on your graph, load it up, and you can have this while you're out on the water. It is super cool, and it will save you tons of time when you're trying to pattern fish. Until next time, guys, I hope you catch your PB. Take it easy.